What's up, y'all? It's your boy Herms on behalf of the Draft Sharks crew, here to bring you some fantasy football vibes. Let's go! Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank you for joining me for another fantasy football vibe session. If this is your first time watching, cool. Thanks for coming. But if you want to see the last episode and kind of catch up on what this video series is, you can check out the first episode here on the Draft Sharks YouTube channel. But basically what's going to happen is I'm going to give you my read on either a certain player or team situation that gives me good vibes or bad vibes for your fantasy football team to help give you an edge. In the first episode, we talked about a couple players that are making me feel pretty good about their situations right now. But in this one, we're going to flip the script and go with a team situation that is kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies a little bit.
One that I don't know how to feel about.
The Ravens wide receivers, or I guess pass catchers as a whole, are kind of giving me some bad vibes right now. But in specific, rookie wide receiver Zay Flowers. Now, don't get me wrong. As a Dynasty asset, I absolutely love Zay Flowers. Don't go out there and take away from this that you should just trade him away for anything that you can get.
That is not what I'm saying.
But what does puzzle me a little bit is exactly how much opportunity he's going to have as a rookie in 2023. Will he be a good fantasy contributor to your lineups? I'm not so sure. Neither is my coworker and fellow Draft Sharks analyst, Jared Smola, who was responsible for scouting all of the rookie wide receivers in the pre-draft process over there on draftsharks.com. I would definitely recommend going to the website and checking out all the awesome work that he did. But for this one specifically, we're just going to talk about Jared's profile of Zay Flowers specifically. To Zay Flowers' credit, he's a very talented football player. After all, the Ravens did spend a first-round NFL draft pick on him. Despite his 5'9", 182-pound frame, this dude is absolutely explosive. He produced mega numbers at Boston College and a less than stellar offense, and is absolutely dangerous with the ball in his hands after the catch. But let's not focus so much about Flowers, the really good prospect, and talk a little bit more about his specific team situation now that he's landed with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, when we think of the Ravens, we traditionally just assume,
Run heavy offense. Blah, 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 blah. They'll never throw the ball. Blah, 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 blah.
Fortunately, that should change a little bit this year, now that the team moved on from former offensive coordinator Greg Roman this offseason and brought in former University of Georgia offensive coordinator and also once upon a time offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Todd Monken. The reason that this move matters a lot is because during Roman's 4 seasons as the Ravens offensive coordinator, the team registered a negative 5.5 pass rate over expectation.
But what does that mean?
Basically, pass rate over expectation is a really fancy metric that people like to use to try to predict how often a team will be likely to call a pass play in a given situation. I mean, just think about it. From the perspective of anybody who's watched football for a long time, you know that you can't go out there and just run every single play, the same way that you can't just pass every single play. There's a certain sequencing of the play calling that teams kind of have to do and mix it up a little bit to keep the defense guessing. So when we say Roman's offense had a negative 5.5% pass rate over expectation, it means that they ran more than what a team would generally be expected to do. And I'll tell you what, that's a lot of running. Meanwhile, Todd Monken has 4 seasons of experience as an offensive coordinator in the NFL in the past, and he has averaged a plus 1.8% pass rate over expectation, meaning that now that Monken's going to be involved, the Ravens should pass more, a little bit more often than you would expect them to, or I guess any team in a somewhat fairly neutral game script.
Which is great.
But I don't know. How much is that really going to matter? I know. Let's ask my friend Jared. Hey, Jared, what do you think about Zay Flowers' chances of being a fantasy contributor in 2023?
I'm pretty leery of trusting Zay Flowers as a fantasy starter this season. Baltimore's wide receiver core is suddenly crowded, with Flowers joining Rashad Bateman and Odell Beckham. Plus, target hog Mark Andrews is back.
But like I was saying before, shouldn't we expect the Ravens to pass more often this year?
Yeah, we should expect the Ravens to pass more under new OC Todd Monken this season.
Cool. So maybe they could be more like the Bills or the Chiefs offense.
No, we should not expect the Ravens to turn into the Bills or Chiefs.
Whoa, okay. Well, what about quarterback Lamar Jackson? Do you think he's up for the task of supporting multiple fantasy viable pass catchers in this offense, including Zay Flowers?
It's worth noting that Lamar Jackson has never averaged more than 240 passing yards per game in a season.
Oh, wow. I never knew that before. So do you think that Zay Flowers could possibly be the wide receiver one in the offense this year?
Is it possible that Flowers emerges as Baltimore's number one wide receiver this season and scores as a top 30 fantasy wideout? Sure. Am I betting on it? Nah. The vibes are better on Flowers' dynasty value. The Lamar Jackson passing upside concerns remain. Jackson's new deal keeps him in Baltimore for the next 5 seasons, but Odell Beckham is signed for just 1 year. Rashad Bateman is under contract for 2 more seasons. The Ravens do have a team option for 2025, but Bateman's going to need to be a lot more productive if Baltimore is going to pick that up. So within the next 2 or 3 years, Flowers will have every opportunity to emerge as Baltimore's number one wide receiver. And that obviously would make him a valuable dynasty asset.
Well, there you have it, folks. Zay Flowers, definitely good for Dynasty, maybe not so good for 2023. But hey, that's the reason that we play Dynasty. It's not just about this year. It's about every year in the future. Thanks for joining me in this vibe session. If you liked what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Check out all of our other videos too. We have so many cool things here to offer you at Draft Sharks. And don't forget, check out the website, www.draftsharks.com. Adios!